Okay, so the law we're going to look at in this video is the Computer Misuse Act, and like all of these laws, it's worth having a look at some of the longer answer questions that are available both at GCSE and A level, because it's not so much about the knowledge of the Act itself, it's the application of the Act to a particular scenario, which is the key thing that will secure you marks. So although this video will solely base around some of the key bits of information that you need to know, it's worth applying it to some sort of context, so some wider understanding questions to sort of be able to really get a strong understanding of it. So the Computer Misuse Act was introduced in 1990 to prevent unauthorised access to computer systems. So it's this idea of the word unauthorised is kind of your opening thing that you would always put in a question where you are mentioning the Computer Misuse Act. So that could be through hacking, and it could also be with the intention of then to commit a crime, e.g. to steal some data, destroy a network, manipulate something in some way. Alongside that, it's also the unauthorised modification of computer material as well. So that could be the changing or deleting of some files, or making or supplying or even obtaining some form of malware. Now, one of the things to sort of understand about the Computer Misuse Act is that it was brought in 1990. Obviously, computer science, IT's come a long way in the last sort of 2 or 3 decades, and what we're looking at now is a situation where the sophistication of attacks and the implementation of the Computer Misuse Act is quite difficult in this country, because a lot of these attacks come from outside of the UK. So within any kind of like context to an answer like this, it's always worth knowing some of the key principles, but it's worth knowing as well that the Computer Misuse Act as an actual legal act will only apply inside the UK, and it's not necessarily that easy to bring people to justice for crimes that are committed if they've done it outside of the UK. So have a look at some longer answer questions related to this, and take on board the points about the idea that it's unauthorised access, and that should be all you need for an exam question on the Computer Misuse Act.